Good morning and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are. I believe it's on day 23 of 2025, January 23rd, and I am continuing the story of what the rose did to the cypress. Now you may remember that Prince Almas had made it into the garden of Latifa, the princess. And she seemed to treat men in not the best of ways, even though she pretended to love them and pretended that she would do anything for them and put that man at her side, share the throne, share all that she had, until something did not please her. And once something did not please her, it seemed she turned that man into a deer, which she did with Prince Almas. Now she gilded his antlers and encrusted them with jewels, placed a handkerchief around his neck, and off he went into the meadow where the other deers were. Now, the other deer, seeing him, gilded as he was, encrusted with jewels, with a kerchief around his neck, made him their leader. What that meant, who knows, in Deerland. But Prince Almas continued to understand and know that he was a man at heart. And he searched the entire garden for a way out. Finding none, he finally decided that he would try to leap over the stone wall that surrounded the garden. And with a mighty leap, he found himself on the other side. But what was his surprise when he saw that he was still in the same place. There were the deer, there was the palace, there was the same garden that he had thought he had jumped out of. He did this 8 more times, and the 9th time, he found himself on the other side. From here, he saw a palace, similar to the one that he had seen before, and a garden, but no deer. He made his way up to the courtyard of this palace, and there, as had happened before, a woman with features that would make the moon jealous peered out of a window and saw him. She was taken by this beautiful deer with golden antlers encrusted with jewels. And she quickly sent her nurse down to catch the deer, but the deer, each time the nurse approached, would step away. The nurse went back for some fruit. And with the fruit, enticed the deer, but never could she lay hands on it. The woman in the window called out to her nurse, "I will kill you if you can't catch it," she said jokingly. The nurse said, "Well, if this doesn't kill me, then I don't know what will," because she was having such a hard time, and she was an old woman. Finally, the old nurse caught the deer, only because Prince Almas thought to himself that perhaps this would be his best course of action. Once the deer was caught, Prince Almas began to shed tears from his eyes, and the nurse was completely taken by this. She had never seen a deer cry, and she called to the princess Jamila to come down, for the deer was crying. Jamila came down, quick as could be, and saw indeed that this was true, and Prince Almas laid his head upon her feet. And we will stop the story there.